Hey, Nick.
Hey, Chase.
It's that time again.
What time is it?
Time for
Fuck This Place!
Three-year-old. I forget how old he is.
Sure, yeah.
I have him in my room locked in there with Batman videos and toys. So
Sure.
Okay, cool.
If he does interrupt, I have ice cream sandwiches for him.
Nice.
No.
So that'll give maybe 9 minutes of.
Yes, exactly. And then
You're
he'll
like-
come back stronger.
You're like, I'm distracting him by teaching him how to use a butterfly knife.
right. Very sharp
So,
one.
Yeah, very
Just taught him
sharp.
how
All
to
the
sharp.
very shiny, bright colors, keeping him very entertained right now.
John, we should introduce the podcast, and then we'll. Anyway, welcome to Fuck This Place, the podcast about jobs. So far, none of that has been applicable, but it's with Chase and Nick. My name is Chase.
My name is Nick, and with us today, another one of my oldest friends in comedy. My first comedy mentor, we'll say, is like my comedy dad. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the finest comics I know, John Ross.
Finest.
The sexy, I mean that in the 90s hip hop way.
Okay, awesome. Yeah.
Fine.
Hella fine.
John, one
having
of yes, we're so glad to have you. We're gonna jump right into it. Our first segment is a segment we like to call "Fuck This Place?" Where we decide if we would work somewhere or not. So we looked up some Craigslist posts from the Williams, California area, which is where you're originally from. I will say it's a smattering. There's as I'm sure you're aware, not a lot going on specifically in Williams as far as Craigslist goes.
What was it like there growing up, John?
It was very. There's a child bugging me already. Do you want
Nailed
an
it.
ice cream sandwich?
Oh, well, dude, we're into ice cream sandwiches.
I'm blowing. I'm like,
That
You're
was
using
plan
your one trick
I
in
almost
minute
blowing
3.
my load, and I'm like, no. Hold on 1 second.
You're totally fine.
Sorry.
I'm really excited to hear about Williams. Now that we've been left in suspense. Oh, man.
I mean, just in case we leave this in, which we probably won't, but just in case, John has a child of young enough age that he is not particularly entertained by himself on his own. So,
I was going to say he's young enough to be bought off with ice cream sandwiches, but at 34, same. I'm the same
Sure.
way. I can probably still be bought off with enough ice cream sandwiches.
well, I was actually, you could say old enough to be bought off by ice cream sandwiches, but young enough for it not to last that long.
Oh, okay.
Because
Yeah, fair.
you and me, we are also old enough to be bought off by ice cream sandwiches,
Mhm.
but that could last a couple days if we really needed it to.
Uh-huh.
Like if someone was like, "Hey, fuck off, Nick, I'll give you an ice cream sandwich," you'd be like, "All right, good, I won't talk to you for a day."
So
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, that's true. It goes a little further for it. We're talking about how long could you be bought off with an ice cream sandwich for now as a grown man?
I don't know. I get a while.
Yeah, that's what Jay's saying
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'll leave someone alone without any incentive. So if you give me an ice cream sandwich, like your wish is my command.
Right. Yeah.
Okay,
Williams.
So
What
Williams,
was Williams?
what was it like growing up? So it's two types of people, and I was neither,
Mm-hmm.
because it's either Mexicans from Mexico
Uh-huh.
or white farmers from Williams.
Right.
Got it.
Like people that have lived there their whole life, people that visit there during seasons.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I moved there in like 7th, 8th grade from Sacramento, the big city.
Oh shit.
So I had long hair and I was not liked. But I was tall, so I played a lot of sports because you only have so many people to field teams. So
yeah.
lots of sports, lots of it's where I worked my first job.
Okay, so we found 3 job postings, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read 3 titles. You're going to choose the one you don't want to look at, and then we'll look at the other 2.
All right.
Okay, so first job posting's title is "Moving Stove to San Francisco." The second one is "Looking to make a short film in August," which coming soon. And the last one is "Gold prospecting equals cash."
Ooh.
Which one do you not want to click on? Short film, moving to San Francisco, or gold prospecting?
Just moving a stove to San Francisco.
I think, fuck that place because it's pretty apparent what they want you to do. Okay, so let's start with looking to make a short film in August. I'm going to do a screen share. So the title again is looking to make a short film in August, and then quite a few. This is really more of a Sacramento, but I mean it was in Yuba Sutter, Craigslist, but it is obviously located supposedly in Sacramento. And then okay, so the post starts. First sentence: I am not a director. I bet you're not. This comes off in the same way that, like, if you're trying to get a hold of somebody, and you say, like, I'm not a cop, like you really want to disarm as much as humanly possible.
Well, I also like to think that he went through such like a moral war, like of his conscience in the time it took him to put the title and then the first line. He's I'm going to come clean. I'm not a director.
Yeah. Listen, I'm just looking to make a short film here. I don't want any trouble.
I don't want any problems, man.
Just looking to make a short film.
I assume this person's also not a writer based off of okay. I am in search for people who would be interested in directing and acting. Okay. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic and possibly my experience in movie acting, I have had no luck being cast in any short films or projects.
Oh, come on, guy.
It was either a pandemic or I suck.
Well, see, that's what's super interesting is, like, that was my assumption, upon first read here, is that, like, this person sucks. But this person says, due to the pandemic and possibly my experience in movie acting, this person does not say my lack of experience. This person's saying, like, well, I did some movies, but they were too bad, or they were too, or like I've been shut out, because they were too good.
It's like, well, I think you can answer the question. Were you having problems with this before the pandemic? Because if so, yeah, it's because you suck.
Yeah, and also we're not going to get better. Okay, I would like to make the comedy one-act play "Why Cupid Came to Earl's Court" by Cosmo Hamilton into a short film.
I don't even know what a lot of those words are.
Cosmo Hamilton sounds like not a real person, but I'm sure it is a play. We'll just keep reading. It's a public domain play, so it's bad. So we don't have to pay any royalties. And I guess for people who may not know, public domain stuff can either be that somebody wrote it and, like, made it that way, but much more likely is that it's old. Like Shakespeare stuff is in the public domain, so you don't have to pay royalties to that. So I think there's a certain, like, a 75 years or something, which means that this is probably super racist if that's the case. Okay, I hope to find other actors and people who would be interested to direct or act in it.
Do it for me.
I have a film making camera. It's a Nikon D810, and I have good lenses.
Oh my god! I love filmmaking. It sounds like there's a crank on it.
Yeah,
like, this is my filmmaking camera.
It does.
I use this for Flickr shows.
Yeah, moving pictures.
It does sound a little bit like a mom is writing this. Sort of like, I know the words, you're saying them. We're vibing. If you want to direct it, if you want to direct it, it's a plus if you have editing skills with Premiere Pro or any software comparable. I'm just going to keep reading. I would much prefer to use my camera unless if you have a much better cinema camera.
Oh, man.
For fellow actors, you don't have to have much experience in acting, just interest and dedication. If you have any experience in acting, feel free to list your acting experiences.
I can't tell if this is just like a regular kind of like humble guy or like an alien trying to abduct actors.
Honestly, this sounds
with his use of language.
This sounds, first I was going to say this sounds like an old-timey person, but I think this also sounds like a theater person, just like a theater nerd. dude, because I have been around those people, and they'll say things like fellow actors, like they'll tie bow ties on their own, which I can do, by the way. But you know what I mean? Like, just like they have a pencils and mustache, and they had it for a play, but then they kept it.
Got it. Oh God, I want to suck that guy you're talking about.
Some of it feels borderline scammy. Also,
Yeah.
where a cinema camera. I'm not at all from Africa. Trying to get you to send me money.
Yeah. Like my father, a Nigerian prince, is funding this project, but you need to give me your bank account first so I can drop it in. Okay, we'll finish because there's only a couple more lines here. If you're interested in directing and you have any work you'd like to show me, it's a plus.
Oh my God. Can you imagine this guy asking someone out on a date? It's like, or if you have experience with being out at places, you could tell me about that.
Experience ordering food? That's a plus. For actors, tell me what roles you'd be interested to act. Yeah. If we hit it off and get along, I would hope we could make more short comedy films together next year.
Right.
And here we go. The available roles we have are, and this is a cast list, ripped straight from, I'm guessing, maybe it's
Cupid Came to Dinner.
I just appreciate, like, I don't know. I'm going to read this and then I'll have comments. Sorry. Harry, his only son, teenager age, must look young. Yes. Mrs. Robertson, young adult. Phyllis, her gardener, teenager age, must look young. Beryl Macmurdo, her friend. Cook, any gender, young, adult, or older. The roles for Mr. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm really upset that he's tried to add Beryl Macmurdo as a character to this old play and then act like he didn't. I don't know anything about this play, but I know Beryl Macmurdo is not in it.
Beryl Macmurdo. That's how you know this play was written in 1918.
Right. Also, there's a teenager named Harry.
Also, yeah, teenagers named Harry. Yeah, Harry is destined to, take one sip of alcohol and like have a night dancing and get in big trouble with Phyllis.
And Phyllis, the teenager who must look young. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Also, Phyllis, the teenager. I thought she was like a maid. But she's the. Okay. Sorry. The last sentence is. The roles for Mr. Robertson and Arthur are already cast.
Oh, shit.
He cherry picked them.
That's got to be this. Yeah, the
poster. Do you think he's playing both of them?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's a play. That's what psychopaths who are putting their own production together do. They're like, I'll play two parts because I'm a versatile actor.
I'll be Eddie Murphy.
I will be Eddie Murphy. Oh, and of course, compensation is not mentioned anywhere in the post, but in the compensation box, it says no pay.
No pay.
Not a dime. Which, of course, we knew that from the very beginning.
I'm going to say I don't want any part of this. I feel like he's going to be really pouty, really shitty to be around, and I don't want to hang out with him.
I think we should read between the lines here. The two parts that are already taken are Mr. Robinson and Arthur, which they sound like the adult parts. Everything else asks for a teenager that must look young. Almost every
Okay.
Cook, any gender, young adult or older. What?
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Anyway, sorry.
No, it's there's a young skew to this, so we're guessing this person is maybe 40 years old, or 70. We could not say.
Where do you think this is happening? Where is this going to take place? Where is he going to film it? In his house?
I definitely think that he doesn't have a plan for that. I think that he is really obviously hoping for a lot from you.
Yeah.
I mean, he's hoping to cast from one Craigslist post 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts, a director, possibly an editor. That's like 7 or 8 people.
Because he's like, look, I'm already playing Mr. Robinson and Arthur. Like, I'm already carrying the load here.
I'm not a director. I think also that he's definitely from one of the smaller cities, because if you were from Sacramento, you wouldn't be like, hey, we're looking for talent in Grass Valley, Yuba Sutter Chico area. You know, he's definitely from like Wheatland or Arbuckle or like one of these like.
Yeah, that's a good point. He doesn't really have a thumb on the pulse. I think that's
Yeah.
more than evident at this point. I actually, I would like to say that I would be a person who's strong enough to say no to this, but I think that there's definitely a version of me, and I'm not on Craigslist, but if somebody emailed this to me, like if I had a friend of a friend who's like, hey, I'm looking, I would seriously read this post and I would think, I think I could be Harry, his son, teenager age, must look young. If I shaved, I would think, and I would Google the play, Why Cupid Came to Earl's Court by Cosmo Hamilton. I would read it and then get disgusted. And then I would say, fuck this place. But just want to say, I think I'm dumb enough to get a little bit wrapped up in this.
Yeah.
What about you, John?
I have gotten. I'm actually. That's my post. No. You guys are dicks.
Well, I'm looking forward to your portrayal of Mr. Robertson.
10 years ago, yes, I would have. I would be like, I need stuff for my reel because I'm going to try to move to LA one day.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I have auditioned for short films in Yuba City.
Yeah.
At like a community hall with people with no budget.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, I've auditioned for worse.
Now I wouldn't, but because I don't have enough gas money to drive out into the
Absolutely.
country. So
and also, that this person is also, I mean, they did mention the pandemic, up top, but they really haven't done a lot of other follow up with, safety protocols, anything like that. Like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's like a governor order that's like right now in California, do not meet with people outside of your house. Like, don't do it.
Yeah, I think he did tweet out no productions of Why Cupid Came to Earl's Court.
No plays, everybody.
He
no
said that
play
flat out.
adaptations.
I'm also like weirded out. Like, okay, what is the name Beryl? Is that a guy or a girl? Beryl Macmurdo.
Oh, I don't know.
It's spelled like Cheryl. With a B.
That's true.
Beryl.
Yeah,
So
Beryl.
Because it's like, I would believe if you told me that's an old lady name, Beryl, right?
Yeah.
But it's the teenage daughter's friend. That's the only description. It's like, is she friends with a 90-year-old golden girl, like type of?
Well, again, her name is Phyllis, so I think that all bets are off as far as the age of any of these people. Again,
Okay,
I
that's
do
true.
think that this was written in 1898.
Got it.
And I just if at the minimum it's old timey and at the maximum there is blackface in this. Like, there's something very bad in this.
Hey everybody, I'm Beryl Macmurdo.
Like, there's just something real bad about this whole thing, and it isn't just this person's filmmaking camera.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, obviously, I think we're all in a fuck this place scenario.
Yeah. I'm done.
Let's move on. Okay, so our next post is gold prospecting equals cash. And there's not a lot of text here, but there are several images, so we are going to leaf through them. Image number 1
is a little bit of fish poop.
Right.
Yeah, for those who are listening, there's it's a creek, and there's a white dude's hands holding like a blue plate. And then there does appear to be some silt, or in Nick's words, fish poop, hanging out at the bottom of this plate.
Yeah.
Gross.
It does. I mean, this is what if someone said panning for gold or gold prospecting, like minus the blue plate, this is actually what I would think that they're doing. They're at a creek. They have real scraggly looking hands.
Old white hands.
Yeah.
Very, very Bob Dylan hands.
And it does very Bob Dylan hands. And it does look like there actually might be a little bit of gold in the pan. I mean, and I do mean a little bit of gold.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll leave that there.
What's gold going for right now in ounce?
Hard to say. Don't know what gold's going for. We can Google it though. Image number 2 is some gold on what appears to be a scale. But again, these are like flakes of gold. This is not like
very little bit, and the scale is broken. You see at the bottom there?
There is a crack in the scale. So
we're using this gold to buy a new scale. Going to use the profits.
One cannot be assured that this scale is accurate, but it does appear to be working. I remember science. There's a difference between precision and accuracy.
The way it's like, it looks like this looks like a joint, and he's going to smoke this gold.
Yeah, I was also going to say it does appear that the gold is some like a rolling paper, but it is definitely a piece of paper of some kind where it's folded, and so the gold is sort of hot dog style sitting in this. Paper.
He's like, I need this gold for my hip hop music video, and I'm gonna smoke it.
It does look like the gold that you would see at like the bottom of a Goldschlager bottle.
Yeah.
Like it's gold for sure, but it's
it'll make you sick. Yeah, it's gold.
Yes. That's the amount of gold they put on like those expensive wings in Las Vegas. Right?
Correct. So yeah, doesn't look like a ton of gold. Okay. Image number 3. Here we're getting a much better picture of what's going on here. We have again what I'm guessing is the same person, judging by the hands, white dude, in what is it? What is that color camo? Like the white and black, the snow camo? Is that what that's supposed to be? Yeah. He is not in any way surrounded by snow. He's surrounded by green plants and a creek, and he I don't know, is just bending over. It's all I can surmise here.
It's laundry day. And so he's in the wrong camo, but
should have done the orange camo. Okay, and then
gross again.
Yeah.
The fourth picture is a hand, and there's definitely some extra nail on the fingers. Not like a sort of concerning as far as like drugs go amount of extra nail, but definitely just sort of like a unkempt nail situation going on.
It looks like he punched out a gold tooth, and then
it does. I should mention that his fingers are holding what appears to be
he's a grave robber.
A very small rock with gold on the rock. The rock is not gold, but there is gold as if someone painted a part of a rock. Or robbed a grave of like a gold tooth or something. But again, it is on a small rock. And I don't know what the next picture is going to be. It is, here it is. It's same hand, and you get a more picture of the nail here, and it's more.
This guy's nails are weird.
Little more concerning the more we spend time with this hand.
His nails are filed so that they're longer on the round, like on the edges, and then super flat across the top. Is that?
It's so he doesn't cut the inside of his nose when he sniffs coke off of it, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Probably.
That seems more likely. And there are several rocks. These rocks are larger. However, there is still gold sort of attached to them. Okay, so those are the pictures. And then we have some text. And it says, gold prospecting / mining is an easy way to make extra cash! ! Click on the link below to learn how you can profit by finding gold. And then there is a YouTube link. And then the only other thing in this post. We'll click that link and we're going to find out what's going on here. But the only other thing that's in this post is the compensation box that, again, no pay. Not a dime.
Yeah. He's like, it's weird that there's not a talk of money in a situation where you're getting gold. Like it's just like, I don't have any money. Where am I going to get money from? All the gold?
So yeah, I mean, I think that this person is trying to get you to do something. I'm very unclear as to what they want you to do. Like, do they want you to did you say buy their gold painting supplies maybe? Like, but that would be, I feel like they would lead you to water. So to speak, a little better on that one.
Well,
I don't know. Go ahead.
See, the title is Gold Prospecting Equals Cash. How? You're not. There's no pay. How does it equal cash?
Okay, I guess we just have to click this link. I mean,
I like that it says gold prospecting mining is an easy way.
Yeah, that's
No,
100% not
it's
what
not.
people. Yeah.
You're squatting in a creek with a plate.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
easy.
I mean, in no part of the history of the world
Yeah.
has prospecting for precious minerals or mining been an easy way to make extra cash.
Swing this light pickaxe into the rock wall.
Yeah.
It's easy. Like,
That's what like the California gold rush was all about. It was just a bunch of people who really wanted extra cash.
the gold rush was the Uber driver of the
For sure.
of the 1800s. I think.
Listen, it's 10.99. You set your own hours.
Mhm.
I guess we've been tricked into clicking this link now, so maybe we should click it. I mean, so we can take a quick look here. So the title of the video is "The Best Fastest Gold Panning Technique Ever in 4K." But I would like to note the video is 14 minutes long.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know how much we're gonna get into this, but
How much of the video do you think is him talking about how long he's been out here?
yeah, just oh man, it's got to be so long. And
Like
ahead.
markings on the trees so he doesn't get lost anymore?
yeah, we should say
So
that
he
the
knows,
first
yeah.
frame of this video is, a creek bed. It is for those who are familiar with Northern California, I would say this is a very Northern California creek bed here.
Yes.
It's got a fair amount of green stuff around it, but it still has that kind of like dry feel to the whole thing.
Yeah.
But there is water flowing, which, for people who live in LA is real exciting. Just that there's water at all. Okay, so we'll read the description and then maybe we'll press play. So this video shows how gold doesn't have to be elusive. In fact, it's very easy to uncover a nice amount of gold in a day. Just about anyone can benefit when using this type of gold pan to process more gold with less work. Some say this type of gold pan is just as fast as a small sluice box, and I believe it too. No links to buying a pan. Like this guy's not selling gold pans. And if he is,
Right.
how would we do it? I think this guy is a YouTuber. Like I think he just wants you to watch your YouTube videos.
How tight are this guy's jeans?
He has a nice ass.
He sure does.
It's like,
Okay.
like to mine in those pants, huh?
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's perfect. Okay, so we're gonna okay. So you should hear this.
Welcome to Gold Mining Now. Today's video, I'm going to show you how to make some good money getting gold out of a stream like this.
Okay, so we're gonna pause. There's
Whoa.
a man, and he is definitely the man from the photo that we saw previously.
Yeah.
And he does have a real nice ass.
Yeah,
Real thin man.
Yeah.
Not, I wouldn't say
Yeah.
like dangerously thin, but just sort of that like creepy farmer thin.
I would say he's about 10 pounds heavier than Mr. Burns.
Yeah, for sure. And he's wearing the same outfit he was wearing before. And he, obviously we're in a bit of a tutorial situation here. I'm just gonna kind of like
The thigh gap with jeans on.
he does have a for sure thigh gap. I'm just trying to see if we get to like some actual. Okay, so here's
He
something.
was so out of breath in that opening. He's just like, I'm going to show you how
yeah, he was.
real easy get gold. Jesus, sit
He's been
down.
hiking for hours.
He
Okay.
definitely believes
And slow.
in
Go ahead.
breaking up California. He believes in breaking
Oh,
up
yeah.
California. He wants
Yeah,
to move to Texas, but
I
Uh-huh.
definitely agree with you that this man has several dangerous ideologies lurking. So
Slowly wash off the lighter stuff.
you can see in the video now, he's got a pan with a bunch of dirt in it, and he's just sort of,
And if you
I don't know, just shoveling it around in the water. It seems to me like he's just basically showing gold panning techniques.
Yeah, but like also this just looks like a plate from IKEA or something. Like it
It's a
doesn't look-
regular plate. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
not.
it's
That's
just
what
a
I'm saying.
plate.
He's not selling plates. I think that this is a genuine grift to get people to watch his YouTube video.
Whoa, that guy was weird.
Like, I think that maybe he's just trying to get more people to his channel. Like this video has 17,000 views.
Do you think people just put it on before they go to sleep or something?
No, I'm just saying. Okay, we can't dive this deep because we have to move on. But so I'm checking out the person's YouTube channel. I just want to see if there's other videos that this person has.
Like, this is me mining north of the stream.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to my.
There we go. So there are other videos, but none of them. Look at this. This is Chase. I did a little homework here. So the video that we're looking at is this one, 17,000 views. Every other video, this one has 41 views. Oh no, I clicked it. The other one only had 7 views.
Oh,
I think this guy's just promoting his YouTube channel, which honestly, like, I'm pretty down for.
Man.
Like
that video was just him putting up a hammock. He was just making a hammock in that.
He was just making a hammock. That was the one he only had 17 views on, so we all know why. But what I'm saying is, I think that this guy's just. I think he. Oh, you know what we should do? No one's favorite place in YouTube is the comments, but
cute blouse.
Someone says that.
Cute blouse. Daniel Florini says cute blouse. There's a reply
Daniel
from
Florini
Gold.
is.
Well, there's a reply. Yeah,
He's
click
really
the reply.
stirring up some shit.
Thank you.
Okay. That's it.
Good video, bro.
I'm done.
Like, dude, this is super weird.
Yeah. Anyway, but look at this one. This person says, "I'm interested in your Craigslist ad." These people are coming from Craigslist.
Yeah.
To watch videos of him being all tired, talking about pushing a plate inside dirty water.
I'm just saying, maybe fuck this place. We should start putting some, posts in Craigslist. You're like, do you hate your job? And you want to hear people who hate it too?
Yeah.
Could we go back to the comments section? There was a lady that looks like it's beneath the I'm interested in. So I'm super interested in going gold panning. I'm a straight shooting gal and honest. I want to explore the out. Wow. So she's taking this as like a dating profile almost.
Well, that or a job, or these people are tricked into thinking that maybe there's a job here. And they're commenting on
do you guys think this is like a mystical thing where we all see something about ourselves in this man? Like, and that's what, I think there's something drawing people to this guy. Like, he's just like, you get to him, he's just like, well, I take you, I bridge the gap between this world and the next. Just get in my hammock.
My magic hammock.
Another plane of existence.
Yes, this is definitely like the magic eye painting of YouTube channels.
What a weird thing to stumble upon.
I'm not going to say fuck this place. I mean, obviously there's no job being offered. Mm-hmm. Fuck this guy for sure. Because again, like, he's a don't tread on me, like, for sure, dude. But,
which is weird for a guy with that nice an ass.
Right.
I don't see that. There's a lot of like no ass guys that have those opinions,
Yeah. For sure. So, I mean, honestly, like, I guess my only reaction is like, good for you, dude. Like, you appear to be successful enough to buy a camera that shoots in 4K. Like, maybe he's got a regular job and he's doing this to make extra cash. But either way, he's got the cash to do it, and maybe this is a hobby. So like, all in all, I feel like this guy's doing all right, and I hope he continues to do so, and just I hope he doesn't hurt anybody.
Yeah, I want to say nice things out loud because I do feel like he can hear all of us.
Well, I guess, yeah. Anybody else want to? I gotta fuck this place, yes or no situation?
I'm gonna say no. He's gonna kill me. I'm gonna say no.
No, I'd do it. I would do it. I'd go out there and try to find some gold for a day with the weirdo.
All right. All right. Well, fuck that then.
But that's only because gold is going at $1,889 an ounce.
Whoa!
Really?
Yeah. So that's why I would put my life at risk.
$1,000 an ounce.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
and this guy's just smoking it in his weed.
$1,800 an ounce.
$1,800 an ounce. Yeah, and he's just putting it right in the joints, smoking them.
Yeah. Fucking dude, playing on a beat up acoustic guitar out there. That's all he's doing
I
with
think
it.
I think this guy's got a better plan than I do for how I'm going to survive the pandemic. What's up, everybody?
What's going on, guys?
Wanted to remind you that you can text the podcast anytime you want.
Night or day, whenever the hell you want.
It's fine. It's the number is 470 bad jobs. The actual numbers are 470-223-5627. That's the number.
So yeah, anytime you want. Like I said, middle of the night, whenever. We don't got jobs right now. Whatever's going on with you is going on with us.
I mean, absolutely. Maybe you still have a job and it's like shitty. You can tell us about that. Maybe you don't have a job and it was shitty before.
Maybe you're getting one of those weird like temperature forehead checks right now.
For sure.
And you want to pull out your phone and just say, you know what, fuck you guys. I'm going to text 470 bad jobs.
470-223-5627 is the number. That is the number. And you can also call us if you want, but I mean, whatever. It's your choice. That's the point here.
Okay, so John, what is the first job you ever had?
So first job I ever had was in Williams, California.
Hell yeah.
At a little place called Granzella's. And it was, I know I said that there are only two types of people that live in Williams, but this is the third. There was like this really rich Italian family.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
opened up a restaurant, and they sold like olives, and they had a little deli and wine and a little restaurant, and then so that's where I worked. I was a stock boy there. Little stock boy.
How old were you?
I was 15. Had to get a work permit. and
Were
keep
there a
good
lot of
grades.
customers that came to this?
Yes. So Williams is right off I-5, and it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's about an hour out of Sacramento.
Mhm.
And so it's like everywhere I've ever lived, people know Granzella's.
Right.
Yeah.
'Cause it's right off
They're
the
like,
highway.
oh yeah, that's where you turn to go to the highway, or that's where we go fishing or shooting ducks, or
Right.
always like,
Right.
yeah. I met Dusty Baker there once. This is so old.
Who's Dusty Baker?
He was the
Yeah.
manager of the San Francisco Giants for a long
Okay.
time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he came through and just
Yeah.
Guy Fieri's been there. It's one of those sorts of.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you why did you get the job? Did you just want extra money, or like your folks made you do it, or what?
No, yeah, it was a small town. Everybody worked there. Everyone in the high school works there. It's kind of it's just kind of the mill of the town.
Got it.
So like, hey, you need a job for $7 an hour or $4
Yeah.
an hour, however much it was back then.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I'll do that for after school and summer, and so yeah, I just chose to do that one. Yeah.
Did you how long were you there for?
I think I was only there for like 4 months.
Yeah.
And I spent all like every check was already spent because I would just buy food from there.
Really?
Yeah, I would get like $5 on my check because I would spend all my money on pizza.
Oh.
So they would take it out of your check on the spot.
Did you have you get like an appetite for like fancy olives or something? Like how did you?
Yeah, I was really into dilled pickles. And, no, yeah, it would just be meals because there was you would. It's so crazy because I'd only work like 3 hours a night, but I was so
Right.
hungry.
Yeah.
I would just buy candy and whatever I could.
Yeah, 3 hours is not really going to get you there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the first job in Williams. It didn't last too long.
Mhm.
There was actually this guy that worked there in the deli, and his name was Reuben, right? Yeah, I swear to God. And I saw that there was. I remember thinking I saw that there was a sandwich called the Reuben. I was in Williams. I didn't know what the Reuben was. I didn't know that was a sandwich. I just thought it was a sandwich named after him.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my
What an
God.
asshole.
Yeah.
And I think in my early 20s, I finally was like, "Oh, that's a thing. That's a." And
He
then
got
in
a,
my 30s, I started liking them. Yeah.
He got a letter that was just like, hey, you probably don't remember me. I was the kid way back then. I just want to say I'm sorry.
Yeah. He wasn't
I
an
hated
asshole,
your
though.
fucking guts.
Yeah, I didn't eat Reubens for years because of him. Like, no.
Every restaurant you went to, you'd saw it on the menu. You'd be like, I know the guy.
Yeah, yeah. It was a interesting job. A buddy of mine, all the guys I went to high school with, there was this one guy that he was on the phone. We had a pay phone next to the bathrooms inside the restaurant, and this guy was drunk and he was pulling money out of his pocket and he dropped like $20, and me and my buddy both saw it, and we went over with a dustpan and broom. while he was still on the phone and swept up his $20. That
Hell
way
yeah.
we didn't take
Hell
money
yeah,
out of
dude.
our checks for the food that night.
Right. I have got to get some rigatoni in me. Was it? Well, I mean, it was more of a deli than it was like an Italian restaurant, or was it just like one of those we serve everything kind of deals?
It's everything. It's
Yeah.
like now it's a deli, it's a restaurant, it's a sports bar, and they have little different sections. And
Yes.
There's a gelato place, and
Yeah,
you know, it's like a little. It's everything to that town. Yeah.
Yeah. In small towns, restaurants will multitask.
Yes. Yeah. They do everything. There's a cafe.
So you know, how many? You said it's like where most high schoolers go. Like, was it big enough to have a bunch of high schoolers working there,
Yeah.
or was it?
Yeah. I mean, they probably had a staff of like 50.
Okay. Wow.
Just, yeah. Just because it was right off the freeway and everyone would. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And all the kids were just eating their own paychecks.
Probably. That's probably their racket.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's true because teenagers do need to eat a lot. They want to eat a lot, and they suffer no consequences for it. So
and it's the first.
It's not like
freedom.
It's your if you get like if you get like
job.
if you had like a 31-year-old in the restaurant, that's they're like about 3 weeks in, they're gonna be like, all right, I gotta fucking quit.
I need some OT.
So
Did you have,
that's an incredible plan on there.
Did you have friends from school there that you worked that were like you'd hang with?
Yeah. There was one of my buddies named Peter. He would just. Everyone. All we did was fuck around. That's all we did at that job. And so he was fucking around with like this big jar of pickles, like throwing it around his back and catching it.
Yeah, love it.
And he dropped it once, and then he got fired.
Mm-hmm.
And so I told everyone at school that he got fired for it. And so his nickname through high school was Pickles. and even like the Mexican kids are like Pempino el vinagre. like, every time I see him on Facebook, I like just want to type the word pickle at him. Yeah.
Pickles.
Yeah. Fuck, here comes Pickles, everybody. You know why they call him that, right?
I was such a dick. We robbed people. I started rumors.
Were there other like? I'm just trying to think. Like, were there other comparable restaurants in the town? Like anything else of that size? Or was it pretty much like this is the place?
So there was a Chinese restaurant called Chop Suey. That's the name of the Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, a big System of a Down restaurant. Yeah.
Yes, they were huge fans.
I know those guys.
Yeah. Then there was another one called Louis Cairo's, which was like a steakhouse, and no one was as big as Granzella's. Like everyone knew their place.
Oh my God! So they were really top of the heap.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There were the place Williams. It's like there's 4 little cities within Colusa County. That's what they're at, and it's a place called Colusa, Williams, Arbuckle, and Maxwell. And I worked at a restaurant in Maxwell. Also, that was the second job I ever had where I worked. Where and that place was not as close to the freeway, so it wasn't doing as well. But
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you ever interact with the owners much, or like was it big enough staff that you were just like you kind of did your own thing, whatever?
Yeah, you just kind of had like little. Just managers, little managers.
Yeah,
you never really saw
I would just
the main guy.
You never saw.
I would just imagine he's kind of an asshole. Just a guess.
He's dead now, and I'm still friends with his son or his grandson. Yeah, but there was. Any small business owner is a fucking tyrant.
Yeah.
Anyway, because it's like they're.
Yeah. That's why I was just curious if he had
it's
any any particular Italian versions of being an asshole.
No.
And also, the only authority on Italian culture for miles and miles.
Right. Yes, he was.
He
was the one everyone came to ask the questions to about.
Yeah.
Like,
I just didn't know if he had any, like soapboxes that he got on or anything.
No, the place I worked in Maxwell. I don't even remember the name of it. I think it was just named after the owners, like Ron and
Yeah.
Diane's.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, let's go. And that job, I quit in a very unique way. The owners were terrible. They were just they were terrible. I asked for a break once, and they started screaming at me. Like,
Yeah, fuck.
you're only here for 4 hours. No, it was like no. But I asked for a break. They started screaming at me, and so I went into the freezer, and I took one of those. I don't know if you've ever worked in restaurants, but whipped cream doesn't come in like the can. They like whipped cream is like full, this like bag full with a little tip on it. And I wrote "I quit" on the wall of the freezer, and then walked out the back door and never talked to them again.
Hell yeah!
Nice,
Never
good for
talked to
you.
them again.
Good for you.
That's
Should have taken that. Should have taken that whipped cream with you. You know.
Yeah.
I ate a lot of it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. You had your fill.
Yeah. You like when by the time they got back to it, it just said "I quit." Like you had eaten so much of the whipped cream off the wall.
Keeps licking it.
Yeah, I could barely cross the T.
Yeah.
I quee.
Hey, that dumbass kid says "I quit." What does that mean?
Is that Italian?
Diane, get in here. How did you transition between, you know, what I would guess was a kind of like measured, it's fine, I'm here job, to that other job? To, you know, did you quit because you're just like, I could do better, you know, or what?
Right. I'm loyal to my pocketbook. No, no. I just moved. I moved to the smaller town, so it didn't make sense.
Opportunity.
The commute.
And the commute.
The car I didn't have.
Yeah, like 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, John. So then that's your first job. What's the worst job you've ever had?
So, all right, worst job I ever had. It was, I quit one job to take this worst job.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So I really fucked myself, really bad. Like the job I had, it was pretty good, pretty steady. I think it was like $15 an hour. It was restoring wood shake roofs. Like it was like hard ass labor. But there was this. I saw a thing on Craigslist of a guy shooting a movie. No, of a guy, that was like, "Hey, I need just a second man helper. It's $20 an hour. We we remodel bathrooms." And I was like, "Oh, that sounds way better. I'm going to be working with someone. I'm second man. You know, you're in homes, so you're not."
I was gonna say indoors, air conditioning, maybe.
Yeah. So I quit one job and I took the other job, and I didn't give like proper notice to the other job.
Sure.
And I was just like, I'm gonna go make $5 more an hour tomorrow. You know.
Yeah.
And I got to that job, and it was the owner who was like this 45-year-old, really angry, small white guy, just like very like bald, just mad about that, probably, you know.
Yeah.
Probably twice divorced, I'd imagine, a couple kids, you know, I don't know. So the second guy on the job that he had working with him was like this 65-year-old reformed ? Like XIV Cholo.
Oh, okay.
Like this old Chicano dude.
Yeah. You don't see a lot of old cholos. You don't see a whole lot of old cholos.
Yeah. Old cholos.
Cholos.
And let me, being an old cholo, it's not like the lifestyle is particularly good at lending towards things like retirement, you know?
Yeah.
So it is, I see what you mean.
But the guy was like, the old dude was just taking abuse from this guy, because I guess he just
the old cholo.
Yeah, which seemed odd to me, and it like made me very uncomfortable, because I'm like, 20 years ago, this guy would fuck you up.
Yeah.
But you're treating him like shit, and
you were like, where is the blade in your slipper, Cholo? Where is it?
Right, Chonkla this motherfucker. I don't know if that's even.
No, it's a thing.
All right. Well, yeah, points NorCal. Okay. No, so it just seemed very odd, and he was like mistreating this old man who needed the work, right? And I'm like, oh, I don't like this. I was like, oh no, I chose wrong, you know. And so
so you knew this like right away, like day one. You
like,
were just like, oh fucking no.
Like hour two, hour two, I was like,
Yeah.
and so the guy, the owner is just like very short with everybody, very like, just very, very rude. And so by the end of the day, he gave the old cholo guy a ride home, gave him a ride home. And then I left me on the job to clean up. And then he came back to finish up the job. And I was there, and he's like, hey, can you grab this part out of my truck? It's in the back, whatever. And I go, sure. So I go out, and I'm like, fuck, I can't find it. This guy is going to ream me. Like I knew, I'm like, God damn it. And so I can't find it. And I go back and I go, hey, couldn't find it. And then and then he goes, did you look? Just like scream, did you look? And then by that time I was like, fuck it. And I go, yeah, no, I came back and told you I couldn't find it because I didn't look. And then he kind of like looked at me. This is like the first time I'd ever really, like, aside from like writing I quit, but like face to face, like doing a job, like fuck this.
Yeah.
And so he goes out in the truck. I was already like, I'm fucking quitting. I can't believe he didn't fire me for being like talking shit back to him. But maybe that's the way he communicates, I guess, you know. Goes out to his truck, finds it in a different place than he said. Right? Yeah. No apology. Like,
of
no,
course
like,
not.
sorry about that. And so I'm just standing there, and I had his phone. He left his phone with me when he left to take the cholo guy home. And so I just handed his phone to him, and he goes, oh, is it ringing? And I go, no, dude, I quit. I'm not working for you anymore. And he goes, what? I go, and so I just go, you've been treating that dude like shit all day. You're screaming at me all day. And I go, dude, if you paid me $25 an hour, I wouldn't fucking work for you. And then he got like, he backpedaled. He's like, oh, well, I'm sorry, you know, like, and I was just like, which surprised me. I was like, oh shit, now I have to have empathy for this guy, you know? Sorry, I just have like a bad day. And I go, yeah, do you not know not to talk to people like that? And he's like, well, you know, and then he started getting defensive. And then by the end of it, I even was like, you know what? I'm going to just go home. It's like hour 7. I'm like, I'm just going to go home. You don't have to pay me. I'm just find someone else. And then I got to my car, and I'm like, wait, and I should probably be paid. So I went and I go, you know what? No, you do have to fucking pay me. But I will not be back tomorrow. And I drove off. It was like one of the worst, most like concentrated, like fucking shitty jobs.
Like a 7-hour shitstorm.
Yeah. I mean, I've had jobs I've hated for months, you know, but
sure.
Wait, so okay, how did he pay you? Did you like have to go back to, he sent you a check?
Sent me a check. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Do you think he was nicer to that cholo after you were gone?
I don't know. I think I was replacing the cholo, I think.
Oh, do you think he took that cholo and shot him? And then he came back and he was like, fuck, I killed the other. Oh, damn it.
I killed the cholo.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Now I got to go back and see if that cholo's maybe not dead. Oh, man.
Oh, Lord.
That's awful. Good for you for sticking up for yourself, though. It's very, I want to say the only other, Chase, correct me if I'm wrong, but we had like Greg Edwards on a while back, and that's the only other guy that like has really got into his
has done anything to anybody. Yeah. Correct.
So most people just take it, but you got right in that dude's shit, and I appreciate it. A guy you didn't even really know.
I was a lot bigger than him though, so like if the guy, like I definitely was like, if he was like even like, I don't know, 3 inches more. Like,
right.
I'm just not gonna. I'm gonna no call tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I think also, you know, I mean, was it also that you had a lot, you know, you also had experience maybe to like say, this is how, like, you know, you had previously come from a tough construction job, you know, or construction related, you know, and so you were like, yeah, I know what the temperature of the room should be, you know, so to speak. And like, people, I'm sure in construction give each other shit all the time, but it's like, we like each other and we're giving each other shit. Not like, fuck you, you should burn in hell and die if you don't find a fucking wrench.
And it wasn't like ball busting. Like
correct.
I started in construction when I was like 19, and I showed up to my first construction job. I didn't know.
Mhm.
I bought a literal Tim the Tool Man fucking hammer, like branded
yeah.
by a
So-
comedic actor.
Yeah. You're like, it's like
Yeah.
weird. It says along the
Yeah, right,
along the-
guys. We drink beer, right? Yeah, it was so bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd been in jobs where you just get, it's just all ball busting, and you get a nickname.
Yeah.
That's
It's
it.
not.
You
It's
know?
not just pickles this time.
Yeah, it is very homophobic. All the names are called.
Every single name.
They all have a
is-
nice homophobic base to them.
Yeah.
The building. And then and so going to that job, I was like, this is just unnecessary
Right.
Yeah.
ragging on people. Like, you're an actual cunt, this guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like you had,
Yeah.
but you had a frame of reference, like we've had other people that have gotten, like, for instance, their first construction job, and it was just an awful work environment, but they stuck with it because they didn't know, like, oh, like every workplace should be at least marginally bearable. Like, even if you're doing a really hard thing, or a really tough thing, like, you should still not feel like everybody there hates you actively.
Yeah. I don't know how construction companies stay in business nowadays, especially like
Sure.
with our climate of kind of like, hey, you can't say that, dude.
Well, I think that they also can. I mean, pretty darn sure they also say, "Well, fuck you, we're going to,"
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I also think that there's like this thing, and I think it happens in politics in every aspect, where people always assume that an age is dying out, like not giving any credence to the fact
like
that
an
those
era. You mean?
yeah, like that those people are having kids who also talk like that, who also act like that. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like,
dude.
they just go like, well, I moved out of my shitty hometown. That means it's all better now, right? That there's no, it's not still happening.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird to me
whereas,
that.
No, go ahead.
Oh no. All right, sorry. I'll say it's weird to me that construction exists because it doesn't seem like it's fun for anyone. Like, it does. Like, it's like I understand you need it, but it's just like, you'll talk to a guy who's just like a grunt there and he hates it. Then you'll talk to a foreman that's like getting yelled at because his shit's not done in time.
Dude.
And then everyone's
he
just being
also
real mean
hates
to
it.
each other. Yeah, it's just like, how is like, what is the money that good? It must be pretty good money.
No, it's just not customer facing. And there's the freedom of that to be like, I walk outside and say fuck and spit and drink a beer at lunch. And that's worth hating what you do. I think. Yeah. I mean,
Instead of hating the people you deal with
Mhm.
and the thing you do, which
Yeah, that's fair point.
but yeah, I mean, dude, construction is it's just so brutal. It was so I had to get out of it because I'm too sensitive. I was really just like, I can't. I hate everybody. I hate everybody, and I'm hurting my knuckles all the time.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I can't find my bottle of water.
there's always a scratch on me. I'm always I smashed something, or it's just I'm tired when I get home. With
did you? I mean, you obviously did. You kind of burn that bridge at the previous job, because you said you didn't quit with any notice. Like, were you able to find other work after you were like, fuck this fucking guy?
Yeah, I tried to go back to the other job, and they're like, nope.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember. I think I think that may have been one of the last construction jobs I had. Then I transitioned into like construction sales, where I was selling plumbing parts to people as opposed to being out in the field, and that sucks also, because
For sure.
now you're having to give customer service to these dicks.
Yes.
Yeah.
That same guy who hates his job and is just walking off the job site like, these fucking people won't do what I fucking tell them.
Yeah.
And then they pick up the phone and it's you.
You don't have the part, and I could yell at you because the customer's always right, and my dad beat me, and I'm a drunk.
Yeah.
And it's all your fault. Yeah. It's just,
Yeah.
You're just like, now I'm getting called gay over the phone.
The ironic thing too is, like, now that I'm like in my 40s, I'm like, I want to work with my hands.
Yeah.
Now I'm so tired of like office work and shit like that, or whatever. Now I'm like, I'm gonna buy tools and call myself gay.
Yeah. Well, I think it also, it's it's definitely the grass is always greener thing, but I think it's more bigger than that. It's like, a thing is a lot more enjoyable when you don't have to do it.
Right.
You don't have to fucking do it. And you're like, oh, I'm just doing it. Isn't that nice?
Yeah. But then that always transitions to a job. I mean, like you guys like doing this podcast, but it's work.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. No, it's 100%. Like, I mean, that's definitely like a reckoning I've had with myself in general over the past, God knows how long, but definitely year. Is like the thing has got to be pretty fun because whatever it is going to be a lot more work than you think it's going to be. John, we always make sure to close the podcast with 3 questions.
Right.
So question number 1, and this is related to your worst job. So the 1 7-hour day in hell. Yeah. With Mr. Clean, but short. Is Mr. Clean tall? Doesn't matter. Question number 1 is, this is my Mark Maron section. Talks to himself. Question number 1
is Mr. Clean short?
How did you quit your job?
Oh shit! Yeah, when were you done and how'd you quit? We know that because
Yes.
thank you, Nick.
Mhm.
Because you were like, fuck this guy and pay me now. So
Yeah.
good. Question number 2 is, what's one good thing you took from that very bad job?
Ooh, yeah, not to quit a job without another one. Right? Like, stuff your mom and dad should tell you.
Sure. Well, I mean, just to be clear, you did it the first time you quit it for sure. With when you had another one lined up, it's just that you struck out. on round 2.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. So maybe that wasn't that. Well, I learned lessons in a weird way.
Yeah.
I'm abstract in my thinking.
I mean, you followed the rule, but then you also, I think, you had to some degree to break it because you knew what the next, however long was going to be like with this fucking dude.
Yeah, I think just knowing the job you're getting into,
Sure.
as opposed to like just following the money.
Yeah.
Right, that
Yeah,
can be-
$5.
Absolutely.
Final question is, well, I'll just say the question and we'll qualify it as we have to. If you had to pick a new job, like new dream, new direction from, like, let's say comedy, if that's a real thing anymore, what might that be? Yeah.
This just sounds bitter. I can't even.
You can give us the bitter answer. That's
just
fine.
less people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like whatever that is. I don't know. It sounds because I love people.
Sure. When you don't have to.
Yes,
you love people.
yeah. So.
I consider less people to be a very actually strong directive. I mean, I for sure. I mean, I absolutely have said not all I want, but like a big thing of what I want is less people.
Let me alter that because this is going to sound crazy to go from like less people to actual psychological work, like working with people psychologically.
Okay. Yeah.
So less people that don't give a fuck, just
Yes.
less the public, but more people like working on themselves.
Sure.
So-
that's a big shift.
I don't want to plug my podcast.
Please do.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask you to.
We're gonna ask for that in a minute.
No, I took like a quarter turn away from comedy, just pivoted a quarter away from it. And had done a comedy podcast for a lot of years, and then just started doing a podcast called "So Tell Me About Your Dad," where we just talk to people about their dads.
For sure.
And it's not even like sometimes it's funny, and having a comedy background, it helps you have a little bit of levity. So anyway, the name of my podcast, it's called "So Tell Me About Your Dad," and we end up talking to people about their fathers and oh my god,
this guy sounds like he wants to tell me about his dad.
Does your dad suck a lot? Say hi, Otto. So yeah, just through the podcast, been talking to a lot of people about their dads and learning a ton, and being able to learn from people, apply it to the 4 children that I have.
Yeah.
And then also helping a lot of people that have been through some crazy shit, just letting them talk about it and then posing questions about, why do you think that is about that person? And I it's actually something that gives me value.
Sure.
I feel like, oh, cool. Like this is like our podcasts, are they going to become a job? Hopefully.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I accidentally stepped into purpose.
Yeah.
like some sort of purpose I have with whether it's funny or light or really heavy. There's still it's not so benign.
Yes.
And
I am
more
meaning,
meaningless. Yeah.
I did John's podcast, and one thing that I really got from it was that I personally feel like you have these things where you feel like if someone asks you about your dad, you have these things you say, or just about any person in your life. You have these,
like a tape almost.
Yeah, and like you have these like kind of almost like template answers. But then for John to ask me like, well, what do you mean by that? Like open up this whole other like, I haven't thought about that in years. And it was just like this thing where it was like, and I felt like ours was fairly lighthearted. And
right.
And it was like, and it was still at the end, I was like, that's crazy. Like, I was like, whoa.
But yeah, so if I were to choose a job, I think it would be kind of in this vein of helping people sort their shit out so they could be better, like, or so they could sleep at night and not follow in a bunch of like,
like 100% counts.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, now the last not question, but where can you be found on the internet if you'd like to be found?
Just go to sotellmeaboutyourdad.com. We have the podcast there. That's really the only thing I care about right now.
Great.
That I'm doing.
The link to that will be in the show notes as well.
All right. Awesome.
Dude, thanks so much, John. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Well, thanks so much, man. And fuck this place. We have a write-in, Nicholas.
Oh, spicy.
And I think you can guess who it's from.
Oh my God. Could it be?
It's hashtag Jordan Lives, baby.
Oh, hashtag Jordan Lives, my guy. Still in the game.
Still in the game. We should start doing, which we're totally not going to do, but right now. But we should have an episode list in case you will really want to catch up on the whole thing. But
on Jordan Lives, yeah.
Yeah. Bottom line, Jordan works in like a lab or something in Texas, and is maybe going to get coronavirus. So far, they test for it or something.
Yeah.
And there was a couple people that got it because we're in Corona times. I got it. That's not.
Got it.
That's
got hella bad.
I think it really got it kind of hella regular, but so we have it looks like a couple updates, and I did cruise through them briefly, and I think we're really gonna like the way this ends. So I'm very excited. Okay. So yeah, again, I don't know if we need any other background on that other than he also for sure thinks Nick's a real one, and that I could maybe I think his girlfriend thinks that I have a voice for radio, which is very nice.
Very nice compliment.
But we also found out that was because I think last time we were doing Jordan Lives, we found out that was because I'm a loser who has asthma, not because I'm a cool cigar smoking smooth guy. That covers it. Okay,
sexy asthma.
This did happen. His boss's boss was fired.
Oh wow!
By his boss? I can't remember. It was his
boss fired his boss's boss.
It was his boss fired his own boss's boss. Does that make sense?
Whoa! Like killed his dad.
That. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, he said he was off the day that his boss's boss was fired, but from what I heard, it was like you said, where the boss got the order from a higher boss. So someone just went around, basically, which makes sense. Then he says, a little bit mafioso, very dangerous. This supervisor of yours, Jordan. So beware. Then his next text says, "I realized I never told you guys my job," which is true. We sussed it out. But I work at a plasma donation center. Okay, so not quite pure COVID testing.
Yeah. I thought he was in a traveling tank going around testing people in different cities.
Okay, so I work at a plasma donation center. Donors will come in, get screened, have their plasma drawn, and then the bottle comes to me for processing. So I assume he's not actually doing the he's not in the room with the people. Recently, a donor got all the way through with a bracelet that said he was waiting for COVID test results, which was pretty sick. Yeah. Who gave him that bracelet? Is my question. Because I did get tested. I mean, I'm not every COVID patient, but when I got tested, I went through like a drive-through thing, and when I left, I could have never been there. Like there was no tracking device on me that I was waiting on test results. It was just like, okay, well, go back into the world. Hope you don't have it. So a little impressed that there was a bracelet from whoever was doing it. But obviously rather ineffective.
Yeah. Not the best.
Not the best. Then Jordan continues and says, no new coworkers got COVID these past 2 weeks. So that's good news.
Hell yeah.
bad news is that my boss has said we're entering the post-COVID phase, which, what the fuck? Yeah. Yeah. That's, that we're entering the post-COVID phase, which, what the fuck, is perhaps a statement we could have a mural of, somewhere that people could take a photo in front of, because that's for sure not a thing yet. And it's not going to be a thing for a while. Jordan continues. From what I can tell, it just looks like the donors don't have to social distance themselves, but we're still taking temperatures and wearing masks. Oh, that's a part of the post-COVID phase. So it's just like, you're closer to me. As a way to fuck off of work without getting an occurrence, I've been trying to fake below a high temperature. My guy.
Man, dude, Jordan, you're the man.
Employees are getting the thermometer probe, so I've tried drinking hot water before the reading. Unfortunately, the times that I've tried have me just burning my mouth. LOL.
Oh, damn, foiled again.
Yeah, I think in order to raise your actual under the tongue temperature, it's difficult to do.
I can't you? Oh no, never mind. That doesn't work. That's how to like fake not having a temperature. My bad.
I mean, I don't think I've ever actually successfully faked a temperature. I remember watching E.T. when he like put it up against the lamp. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
But that was because he had a lamp right by his bed. And it had a little swivel on it and everything. So
it's like a very Calvin and Hobbes, Bart Simpson-esque kind of move.
Yeah. It is a real like hands off my butterfinger situation. I mean, let us know if you do find a hack here. I'm sure there's some other people that could use that info.
He's trying to get as close to coronavirus without getting coronavirus.
It sounds a little bit like the Bill Conway Ocean's 11 two-step procedure.
The two-step robbery.
Where he got like hot coffee and then just set it around, set it nearby. I think, again, actually very similar to the Bill Conway situation, Jordan. You might be able to get by in this situation with just some really good acting. But again, I guess what you don't want to do. What you're trying to get is like a single day off from work. What you don't want is full quarantine.
So I was, you're right. Because I was like, well, why not just draw a bunch of red spots on your face and say you got chickenpox? But you're right. Just
like
one
another
day.
cartoon character. I mean, again, if you find anything that works, give us a shout. And there's, so that was like, right. The reason that we missed these texts is because these came in the day that I realized I had COVID symptoms. So anyway, I'm seeing these are from like July.
Chase decided he's like, I'm not checking emails today.
The 6th of July or something. But then we got one more update. He says, still staying healthy, but man, oh man, fuck this place. And then July 21st. So again, right after I revealed that that I had coronavirus. He said, hey, Chase, I hope you're doing recovering quickly. Not much new or interesting with the job, which is, in a way, good. Get well soon, homie. Appreciate that, Jordan. And then he sent a text that said, these idiots gave me Employee of the Month.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Man, Jordan, fumbling into greatness.
Absolutely.
The hashtag Jordan Lives story.
So, Employee of the Month,
I wonder, like, it's so funny to me that he is actively plotting to get out of work and they are just giving him Employee of the Month.
That actually very much speaks to, in all likelihood, the dipshits he's working with, because it's Employee of the Month really isn't so much about how good you're doing, but how bad everyone else is doing. Right? I mean, I think it's often, you're so great. And it's like, well, actually, I'm just doing the bare minimum and everyone else isn't even doing that.
And I think it's my personal philosophy is that most people in life are just working for a pat on the back and someone telling them they're doing a good job, and that'll kind of do enough to keep them going.
You think so?
I do. I really think being told that you're appreciated and stuff will go a long way.
But that is true.
I think that
in like a genuine way, instead of an Employee of the Month.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that I think that's all most people really want in life. But I think that the Employee of the Month is like the dad that buys his daughter everything she wants but doesn't hug her.
Yeah.
I
think
it
is a loveless gift.
employee of the month is like supposedly some coming down from the top, but it's like your immediate supervisor that like tells you, hey, you got it. That's your plaque on the wall. Half off smoothies today or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
And yesterday and the day before and the day before and the day before that, they could have just said, thank you.
Yeah. And they just
But
like
they didn't.
like it's like the most it's like, oh, what a nice card. Like, you know, like just
yeah, for sure. It is like I'll take you to a baseball game, sport, but like, do not ask me when you'll see me next.
Yeah, exactly. I think so. I mean, obviously, Jordan is inadvertently kicking ass
and taking names.
But I mean, just to like the effect of how I feel about employee of the month, it's just. Well, you're doing a good job, Jordan. I doubt anyone said that to your face, but that's
you
what
are.
they mean.
Yeah, no one said that to your face. 100%. Yeah, it's congrats, congratulations.
Awesome work.
We're proud to know you. And sorry, your supervisor, isn't.
Sorry your boss got killed or whatever, buddy. It's like employee of the month.
And again, I would like to stress, and we did not review this, was one of our very first write-ins from #JordanLives was that his plan was to quit this job right before this pandemic. And, fuck me, it was, I believe, the reaction.
Yeah, they're doing everything to keep him there.
And part of it is like, where else are you going to go? But now that we know a little bit more about Jordan, it seems like you're in a medical field. I think that there might be options, but it's a question of what those options are, obviously.
I have no doubt that Jordan will be the last person alive on the planet. like he will be the last one. We will all die of COVID before Jordan does.
Yeah, and he's just standing right in the rubble holding an employee of the month placard.
Yeah. Oh, poor Jordan. That's all right. He'll be all right. Well,
he'll be all right.
He'll be all right.
And also, FYI, if anybody else wants to write in, by
Love
all
to hear
means,
it.
go for it.
Yeah.
470 bad jobs is that phone number, and the full number is in the show notes. You just type it in, and as we can obviously see, so long as I don't have COVID, eventually I will read it.
Right on. Right. Well, thank you again, Jordan. And thank you to anyone else who's getting ready to write in. Please do it.
I can feel the fingers tapping.
You can feel it. They're thinking about it. Got a story.
And then again, just a reminder, it doesn't have to be like a full-on, eventually we're going to turn Jordan Lives into like a Game of Thrones sort of style, series. Like it's going to be a long, epic. People will wear like sort of animal furs, and there'll be dire wolves and stuff. But, you could just be like
outfits.
Yeah, just like I hate my job. You could literally just text us that, and we'll be like, all right, cool. Well, that's good.
If you got an argument with a coworker today, text in. And just tell us what happened. That's it.
That's it. And honestly, we're going to take your side. That's another thing that's very important.
Yeah. You get two people on your back immediately.
Yeah, if you're wrong, eventually we'll find out, but we're going to take your side right away.
Yeah, right away. Got your back.
All right, well, thanks, everybody, and fuck this place.
Fuck this place.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Don't forget to share the podcast and subscribe and leave a review. What the hell? Go wild. Thanks again to Jordan for writing in. If you've got something to get off your chest or face or whatever, you can text us. 470-BAD-JOBS. We're going to read it on the show. Okay. That's it. Bye for now. Fuck this place.